Hello, welcome to Oracle Apex Developer Professional Learning Path, creating an Apex application module app builder concepts lesson. My name is Chaitanya and I'm a director of product management and strategy for Oracle Apex product development team. Before you go ahead and learn how to build an Apex application quickly and easily, it is very important that you learn certain basic concepts of App Builder. So let's go ahead and learn App Builder concepts. In this lesson, you're introduced to App Builder concepts. To efficiently use App Builder to build your applications, you must first understand some key concepts such as what is an Apex application, what is a page, what is application user interface, session state management, how is an Apex application page rendered and processed, and application URL syntax. Now let us first understand what is an Apex application. An Apex application is an HTML interface that exists on top of database objects such as tables or procedures. An Apex application is basically a collection of pages that are linked together using navigation menus, tabs, buttons, or hypertext links. You use the Create Application wizard to create an Apex application wherein you declaratively assemble pages and navigation. Now let's learn about an application page. A page is the basic building block of an application. Every application consists of one or more pages. To view a rendered version of your Apex application, you run or submit it to the Oracle Apex engine. The Apex engine dynamically renders and processes pages based on the data stored in database tables. Now, if you create new pages, you can either run them individually or run an entire application. Each page can have buttons and fields called items that are grouped together into containers called regions. Pages can include application logic or processes. You can branch from one page to another using conditional navigation. On a page, you can perform calculations called computations. You can perform validations such as edit checks, and you can display reports, calendars, and charts. You can view and edit a page in Page Designer. Page Designer is a fully featured integrated development environment to maintain your application pages. Page processing and page rendering. We already understood that the Oracle Apex engine dynamically renders and processes pages based on data stored in Oracle database tables. To view a rendered version of your Apex application, you request it from the Apex engine with a URL. When you run an Apex application, the Apex engine relies on two processes. Show page, which is a page rendering process that assembles all the page attributes including regions, items, and buttons into a viewable HTML page. So when you request a page using a URL, the engine is running show page. And then the next one is accept page, which performs forms page processing, including computations, validations, processes, and branching. So when you submit a page, the Apex engine is running accept page or performing page processing, during which it saves the submitted values in the session cache and then performs any computations, validations, or processes. You can use conditions in an application to control how your pages and page components display and when processes, computations, and validations execute. A condition basically is a small unit of logic that helps you control the display of regions, items, buttons, and tabs, and the execution of processes, computations, and validations. Now let's understand application user interface. Universal Theme is a user interface for Oracle Apex that enables developers to build modern web applications without requiring extensive knowledge of HTML, CSS, or JavaScript. With some working knowledge of Apex, you can use Universal Theme to easily build a responsive application that is highly accessible, easily customizable, and easy to maintain. Now let's understand the key advantages of Universal Theme. Universal Theme is designed to work just as well on small screen devices such as smartphones and tablets as it does on larger screen devices including laptops and desktops by responding automatically to the dimensions of the screen on which it is running. The UI components in Universal Theme work across varying screen resolutions while maintaining the same or similar functionality. Universal Theme provides all the components and building blocks necessary to build practically any type of business application user interface. You can effortlessly customize and fully control the look and feel of your applications without becoming an expert in UI design, HTML, CSS, or JavaScript. Session state management. Let's first understand what is session state. Session state enables developers to store and retrieve values for a user as the user navigates between different application pages. Hypertext Transfer Protocol (HTTP), the protocol over which HTML pages are most often delivered, is a stateless protocol. A web browser is only connected to the server for as long as it takes to download a complete page. Each page request is treated by the server as an independent event unrelated to any page requests that happened previously or that may occur in the future. To access form values entered on one page, on a subsequent page, the values must be stored as session state. Oracle Apex transparently maintains session state and provides developers with the ability to get and set session state values from any page in the application. Now, what is a session ID? A session ID is a unique number assigned a specific user for the duration of that user's visit. The Oracle Apex engine establishes the identity of the user for each page request and the session ID to fetch session state from the database. The most visible location of the session ID is in the URL for a page request. The session ID displays as the third parameter in the URL. In the slide example, you see HR app is the application alias, update employees is the page alias, and the third parameter is a session ID, which is 13766.99855150. So what is a session? A session is a logical construct that establishes persistence or stateful behavior across page views. We already understood that each session is assigned a unique identifier. The Oracle Apex engine uses this identifier or session ID to store and retrieve an application's working set of data or session state before and after each page view. Because sessions are entirely independent of one another, any number of sessions can exist in the database at the same time. A user can also run multiple instances of an application simultaneously in different browser programs. Sessions are logically and physically distinct from Oracle database sessions used to service page requests. A user runs an application in a single Apex session from sign in to sign out with a typical duration measured in minutes or hours. Each page requested during that session results in the Apex engine creating or reusing an Oracle database session to access database resources. Often, these database sessions last just a fraction of a second. Now let's understand application URL syntax. Apex applications support two types of URL syntax: friendly URL syntax and F**p syntax. Applications that are created using Apex release 20.1 or later use friendly URL syntax. Now, if you have old applications, you can change them to use friendly URLs by editing the friendly URLs attribute in the application definition. Friendly URL syntax creates a URL structure that identifies the address of Oracle Apex, the application, the page, and uses standard web parameter syntax. Friendly URL syntax creates a URL with the directory hierarchy and syntax as hostname :port /odds /r /path prefix /application alias /page alias followed by parameters. In the slide example, hostname is the domain name of the server. Port is the port number assigned when configuring Oracle REST data services. ORDS is the service name defined when configuring Oracle REST data services. R is the router shortcut. This value is a constant and should never be changed. My company is the path prefix, which is a URI path prefix used to access RESTful services. When you create a workspace, this value defaults to workspace name. HR-app is the application alias. In a new application, the application alias defaults to the application name. Update-employees is the page alias. In a new application, the page alias defaults to the page name. And then you see the session ID here. You can customize a friendly URL by editing the path prefix, application alias, or page alias. You can customize the URI path prefix by editing path prefix attribute in workspace administration. You can edit the application alias in the application definition. And you can edit the page alias in the page designer. In this lesson, you learn what is an Apex application, what is a page, application user interface, session state, page processing and page rendering, and URL syntax. This concludes the lesson App Builder Concepts. I hope you find that useful. Thank you for watching. Hello, welcome to Oracle Apex Developer Professional Learning Path, creating an Apex application module, App Builder, and the Create App Wizard lesson. Now that you have a solid understanding of App Builder concepts, it's time to go ahead and learn how to access App Builder and get started with using the Create App Wizard to build your Apex applications. In this lesson, you learn how to access App Builder and then get started with using the Create Application Wizard. We already learned that a database application, also known as an Apex application or simply an Apex app, is a collection of pages linked together using navigation menus, tabs, buttons, or hypertext links. Application pages share a common session state and authentication. To create an application, a developer runs wizards to declaratively assemble pages and navigation. In an application, individual pages are organized using containers called regions. Once created, you can modify an application by editing application attributes and add new pages using the Create Page wizard. You can further manage the development process by creating page groups, locking and unlocking pages, adding developer and application comments, and accessing a variety of application, page, and cross-page utilities and reports. The screen shows an example of a database web application that is built using Oracle Apex. This shows the home page of the Ideas and Feature Requests application. Now, to access this particular application, go to your browser and enter apex.oracle.com/ideas. Now, let's take a look at this particular application. So, I would like to go to my browser and then enter apex.oracle.com/ideas and then hit enter. This is the Ideas and Feature Requests application homepage, and you can navigate across this application. Now, to create an application using Oracle Apex, you run the Create Application Wizard in the App Builder. Now, how do you access App Builder? After logging into your workspace, on the workspace homepage, you click the App Builder icon. The App Builder homepage displays all the applications installed in the current Oracle Apex instance. You can use the App Builder homepage to create new applications, select an application to edit, import previously exported applications. You can view the dashboard or access Workspace utility. So on the Workspace homepage, click App Builder. And if you have any Apex applications in the current Apex instance, they're all displayed for you on the App Builder homepage. On the App Builder homepage, you see Create, Import, Dashboard, and Workspace utilities. You click Create to create new applications. You can select any of these applications to edit. You can import any of the previously exported applications. You can view the dashboard, or you can access Workspace utilities. So how do you access a particular application's homepage? All you need to do is to go to App Builder and then click the particular application's name, and then you're navigated to the application's homepage. From within the application homepage, you can run the application. You can click Create Page to add additional pages to your application. You can export your application. You can copy your application. And if you don't want your application, you can delete the application. You can also click the Edit Application Definition to view the application definition. Now let's learn a little bit more about creating applications in App Builder. When you log into your Oracle Apex workspace for the first time and navigate to App Builder, you see two areas at the bottom of the App Builder page. Create a new app and install a starter or sample app. Click Create a new app to access the Create Application Wizard and create a new application. Click Install a starter or sample app to access the app gallery and install a starter or a sample application. Once you create an application or install a starter or sample application, these regions no longer appear. You already learned how to install a starter or sample application. To create a new application, you can click either Create a new app here or click Create. Let's create a new application, so click Create. You can use the Create Application wizard to create an application with just a blank page or a complete application containing multiple pages. On the Create an Application page, you see three different options: New Application, From a File, and Starter App. Click New Application to create a fully functional application based on tables you select or by providing a valid SQL. You can add pages that include various components, including calendars, cards, charts, dashboards, forms, interactive grids, master detail or editable grids, and reports. You can also add application level features. Click From a File to upload a CSV, XLSX, XML, or JSON file, or copy and paste data and then create your application. Click Starter App to navigate to the gallery page where you can install any starter or sample application. There are additional options on the page Quick SQL and Copy Application. Using Quick SQL, you can generate the SQL required to create a relational data model from an indented text document. Quick SQL is designed to reduce the time and effort required to create SQL tables, triggers, and index structures. Click Copy Application to create a copy of an existing application. In this lesson, you learn how to access App Builder and get started with using the Create Application wizard. This concludes the lesson, App Builder and the Create App wizard. I'm sure you find that useful. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, welcome to Oracle Apex Developer Professional Learning Path, creating an Apex application module, application based on existing tables lesson. So now that you know how to use the Create App wizard, let's continue this exciting journey and learn how to create an Apex application based on existing database tables. In this lesson, you learn how to create an Apex application based on existing tables. Now let's take a quick look at the steps involved in creating an application based on existing tables. In the first step, you log into your Oracle Apex workspace and then click App Builder, then click Create. Click New Application and then enter your application name. Select an application icon and then click Set Appearance to change the appearance of your application. Save the changes to your application's appearance. In the next step, click Add Page to add pages to your application. Select the page of your choice, enter or select the details, and repeat this particular step if you want to add multiple pages to your application. Select features to include in your application, review the settings, and then click Create Application. Click Run Application, and then finally log in to review your application. Now let's watch a demo that shows these steps involved in creating an application based on existing tables. Creating an Apex application based on existing tables in the database. On your workspace homepage, click App Builder and then click Create. You want to create a new application, click New Application. The Create Application wizard appears. Enter a name to identify the application to developers. For example, in this case, let's enter Employee Details App. And then you want to set an icon for your application. So click Set Icon. Let's also change the color And then let's pick an icon. For example, let's pick the cloud icon and then click Save Icon. For appearance, you can actually accept the default appearance, but you want to change the appearance in this case. So let's click Set Appearance icon, and then you see theme styles Vita, Vita Dark, and Redwood Light. Let's pick up Redwood Light, accept the defaults for navigation, and then let's save the changes for appearance. In the next step, let's add pages to your application. So click Add Page. The Add Page dialog appears. You can now see different page types. There is a blank page, calendar, cards, chart, dashboard, faceted search, smart filters, form, interactive grid, interactive report, map, and master detail. You can select a page type of your choice. The user interface changes based on the page type you select. Pages that you create will be displayed on the home page. After you create the application, you can modify the pages and add additional pages using the Create Page wizard. Now, in this example, let's add an interactive report. So select Interactive Report. Enter a name for page name. For example, let's enter Employees Report. Tabular view, let's select EMP table, which is already existing in the database. Let's also select the Include Form checkbox. Then expand Lookup columns. For Lookup Key 1, let's select Department Number. And for Display column, let's select Department Name. Now click Add Page. If you want to add additional pages, click Add Page again. You now see that the Employees Report interactive report has been successfully added. Now scrolling down a bit, you see features that you can select to include with your application. Features provide application level functionality and can only be added once per application. You can see the features such as Install Progressive Web App, which gives your application the ability to be installed. There is About page, which adds an About This application page. You also have Access Control, Activity Reporting, Configuration Options, and then Feedback, which allows users to provide feedback. You also have Theme Style Selection feature. Now in this example, let's select all of the features, so let's click Check All. Scrolling down, you see Settings. Now the first one is Application ID, which is a unique numeric identifier for your application. This field contains an automatically generated identifier by default. Let's accept the default for Application ID, and then you see Schema here, Authentication, Language, Advanced Settings, and User Interface defaults. Let's accept the default settings as is, and then finally let's click Create Application. You can now see the application creation progress. The application is now successfully created. Let's run the application. Enter your workspace username and password and then click Sign In. You can now see the application homepage. Click the left navigation menu. You can see Home, Employees Report, and Administration. Let's click Employees Report. This displays the interactive report page for you. In the interactive report, let's click the pencil icon for any record, and that displays the employee form dialog. In this lesson, you learn how to create an Apex application based on your existing database tables. This concludes the lesson, App Builder and the Create App Wizard. I'm sure you find that useful. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, welcome to Oracle Apex Developer Professional Learning Path, creating an Apex application module, creating an application from a file lesson. So far, you learned how to create an Apex application based on existing database tables. Now let's go ahead and learn how to create an application from a file. You'll be amazed to see how a spreadsheet is transformed into a beautiful, responsive web application in just minutes. In this lesson, you learn how to create an Apex application from a file. You learn how to convert a spreadsheet into a beautiful, responsive, secure, and scalable web application using Oracle Apex. Creating an Apex application from a file. To create an Apex application from a file, navigate to your workspace homepage and then click App Builder. Click Create and then select From a File. Now let's watch a quick demo that showcases how to upload a spreadsheet and convert that into an Apex application. The spreadsheet that you use in this demo contains projects and associated tasks data such as project name, task name, start date, end date, status, assigned to, cost, and budget. Once you upload the spreadsheet data, Apex creates an underlying database table on top of which you'll be creating an Apex application. Creating an Apex application from a file. On your workspace homepage, click App Builder and then click Create. Select From a File. The Load Data wizard appears with the Upload a File tab selected. Now you have other option, Copy and Paste. You select Upload a File if you want to load data from a CSV, XLSX, XML, text or JSON file. You click Copy and Paste if you want to copy and paste column delimited data. Now clicking this option, you also see that you can select a sample dataset from the Select Sample list. Now in our example, we want to upload a file and then create an Apex application. Notice that you can drag and drop file here or click Choose File to select and upload your file from your folder. Now let's click Choose File and select project_tasks.csv file and then upload the file. On the Load Data page, under Where do you want to load this data, you see Load to New Table or Existing Table. In this example, let's accept the default New Table. You also see Table Owner, and then for table name, let's enter a name, for example, Tasks. Notice that the table names are by default converted into uppercase. Now for primary keys, we have two options. Either you can include sysguid or select identity column. Let's accept the default for primary keys as well. And then scroll down a little bit. You now see, please select the columns to load. So let's click Configure. In the Configure dialog, notice the column names and the column types. You can also preview. We haven't made any changes, so let's close this dialog. Now under Settings, notice that the first line contains headers checkbox under column headers is selected. You can also choose to have a column delimiter enclosed by and file encoding settings. You can preview the data and finally click Load Data. Notice that the table Tasks is created with 73 rows. You can now click View Table to view this particular table in SQL Workshop. Alternatively, you can click Create Application button that navigates you to the Create Application wizard. Let's click the Create Application button. In the Create Application wizard, enter a name for the application. Let's enter Tasks App. And then for appearance, let's click Set Appearance icon and then select Redwood Light Theme Style. Accept the default for navigation and then let's click Save Changes. Now if you scroll down, you can see Home page, Dashboard page, Task Search page, Tasks Report, and Calendar have been added by default to the application. Scrolling down a bit, you can see features So you can select a checkbox for any of these features. And if you want to select all of these features, click check all. So let's click check all, review the settings, and then click create application. You can now see the application creation progress. The application is now successfully created. So let's click run application. Enter your workspace username and password and then click sign in. Tasks application homepage is displayed for you. You can now see dashboard, task search page, tasks report, and calendar. Let's click the left navigation menu and you can see home, dashboard, task search, tasks report, calendar, and administration listed over here. Let's click dashboard. Review the charts in the dashboard. You can see charts displayed for project task name, status, and assigned to. Let's click task search. This is a faceted search page. And then let's click tasks report, which is an interactive report page. And then let's click calendar, which is a calendar that displays the project details for you. So you now understood how to upload a spreadsheet and quickly convert that into a fully functional Apex application that can be extended further. In this lesson, you learn how to create an Apex application from a file. This concludes the lesson, App Builder and the Create App Wizard. I'm sure you find that useful. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, welcome to Oracle Apex Developer Professional Learning Path, creating an Apex application module, progressive web application lesson. So far, you learned how to create an Apex application based on existing database tables. You learned how to create an Apex application from a file. Now let's move on and learn about Progressive Web Application (PWA) and how to enable Progressive Web Application installability in your Apex application. Let's get started. In this lesson, you learn about a Progressive Web Application and how to enable Progressive Web Application installability in your Apex application. So what is a Progressive Web App? Progressive Web Applications, or PWA, are web applications that can be integrated more closely with the device it's running on, whether it is a desktop or a mobile device. Progressive web applications leverage modern web APIs, giving users an experience that looks and feels like a native application. Your Apex applications can easily be defined as a PWA or Progressive Web Application to take advantage of advanced caching and improved performance. These applications can also be installed on your smartphone of choice with device-specific installation instructions. You can create a Progressive Web Application when creating a new application with the Create Application Wizard or by editing attributes of an existing Apex application. As you learn how to create an Apex application in a previous lesson, you can recall the Create Application Wizard, which displayed Features section and a checkbox to select for Progressive Web Application installability. So what are the requirements for a Progressive Web Application? The Apex application must be served over a secure HTTPS environment or localhost. If you are using an unsecured environment, PWA features will not be rendered. The application definition, properties, friendly URLs attributes must be set to on. What happens with enabling PWA functionality in your Apex application? It adds the ability to install the application as a Progressive Web App. It adds a new navigation bar entry named Install App to your application. It optimizes page loading speed on the mobile device. It improves page load rendering time with a new browser cache architecture for static files. Enabling PWA functionality enables users to install the application on their devices. It provides a customizable offline page when users are offline and cannot request the network. Enabling PWA functionality supports hooks into the service worker code for a fully customizable PWA experience. So now is the demo time to watch how to enable progressive web application functionality and how you can install and run the application on your device. Enabling PWA installability in your Apex application. On the Workspace homepage, let's go to SQL Workshop, Utilities, Sample Datasets. Let's install a sample dataset, for example, project data. Let's click Install. Click Next. And then click Install Dataset. Once the sample dataset has been installed, let's click Create Application to create an application on top of this dataset. Click Create Application. Let's accept the defaults in the Create Application wizard. Scrolling down a bit, you see Features, and you notice that all of the features checkboxes have been selected by default. Let's uncheck the checkboxes for all of the features except Install Progressive Web App. And now let's click Create Application. The application has been created successfully. Let's click Run Application. Enter your Workspace username, password, and then click Sign in. On the application homepage, notice the Install App button. Let's click the left navigation menu and click Dashboard. This displays the charts. And then let's click Projects. This displays a cards page for us. And then let's click Milestones. This displays an interactive grid. Let's click Tasks, which displays a faster search page. And then let's click Tasks Calendar, which displays a calendar for us. Now let's go back and click the Install App button to see what happens. You now see that there is an Install App dialog box, which is asking you to install the application. So let's click Install. Notice that the application is now installed on your device. So let's click this and you can run the application, go through the home page, go through the dashboard page, projects, and the other pages as well. So now that you have watched how to enable PWA installability in your Apex application and how to install this application on your device, let's learn how to make an existing application a PWA. To make an existing application into a PWA, edit your application definition, and then under Properties, make sure the friendly URL switch is turned on. Then click the Progressive Web App tab, and then make sure under General, Enable Progressive Web App switch is turned on. You can then configure the remaining Progressive Web App attributes. In this lesson, you learn what is a Progressive Web Application and how to enable Progressive Web Application installability in your Apex application. This concludes the lesson, Progressive Web Application. I hope you find that useful. Thank you so much for watching.